Hello there, and welcome back to Warthon. In the background, you can see a ship that looks oddly familiar, the SKR Project 35. And this is the first of the 3 Squadron Activity Reward vehicles that I want to have a look at. A few disclaimers right at the beginning of the video, because I need to make a bit of a longer introduction. 100% rant-free video today, and I have some good words to lose about this ship and where it sits. I think this is a good first step into a right direction for Gaijin, but not all questions are answered. I will describe the ship more or less in some sort of first impression, so this is not a review, albeit by certain other people's standards, this is a review, but not by my standards. The next thing is that I'm really tired. I just came home from fishing. I am in tench heaven. I caught 6 tenches today and they all got back into the water. The freezer is full enough. And I was out for some other fish, but the tenches were just faster taking the bait. But hey, who am I to complain about this kind of unlucky thing, right? The next thing is I also have to go out early in the morning. So already today, because it's after midnight, and I meet with a guide that just leads me around certain other stretches of water, and let's see if I make a video out of it. Yeah. And so more fishing videos in the future. I know that they are not that popular, but the ones of you that like it a lot. And it's just something that puts me in a better mood, which you might be experiencing in this video. So, now, finally, let's talk about the ship. So, the SKR Project 35 is very similar, as I said, to the Project 159. The SKR Project 35 sits at a battle rating of 4.3 at rank 3 within the section of the premium ships, but it doesn't have premium status. So, you also have to go through the very same stock grind that is comparable to the Project 159, which, strangely enough, sits at a lower battle rating, 4.0, and a rank lower, rank 2. However, they share the main armament of the 2 twin 76mm autoguns, and the main difference between the two ships is that here the SKR Project 35 has 1,360 rounds of ammunition, whereas the Project 159 has nearly 2,000 rounds of ammunition. So if you don't really take care of your ammunition resupply within a capture zone, well, you can run out of ammunition faster than you think. The ship also is pretty fragile, it has no armor, and you can die just with a few good hits from a destroyer. So that already sets the tone for the ship, which is it being a glass cannon. But that's nothing so unusual for this kind of ship at this battle rating, and it is about reaction, it is about laying ambushes and just executing your plan and disabling the enemy faster than he can do the same to you. So the next thing is that the armament gets completed by 5 torpedoes, which are the very same as on the Project 159. You have 5 of those 400mm Z40 torpedoes in a single launcher, and they are a bit more on the short range side, and they are not really that fast. 54 kilometers per hour, 8-kilometer travel distance, and only an 80 kilogram warhead. That's not really that impressive, but the way that it works in War Thunder is that a torpedo is still a torpedo, so it still deals massive damage. Although I had the incident that one torpedo hit clipping the bow of an enemy destroyer didn't do all that well. But treating enemy destroyers, even with this kind of frantic main battery firepower, is absolutely stunning. The next difference and similarity as well is then when you go to upgrading your ship. At rank 3 you can research the rocket launchers. For the Project 35 you therefore get the RBU 6000 mortars with 48 rockets basically, and overall it is similar to the Project 159, but it gets the RBU 2500 mortar with 64 missiles. So overall there are a very short range assault weaponry, if you will, but the Project 159 simply has more of them. Again, raising the question why the Project 159, being better, has the lower battle rating. That's just a question that I ask. So that is now describing the ship. It is not really that fast actually, and remember, mine is not completely fully upgraded, but the statistics, the shape of the hull, etc. is very similar to the SKR Project 159. So top speed should be around 59-60 kilometers per hour, and that is again not too slow, but the ship spawns with destroyer, and that can be a nasty surprise if you get encounter mode, which is very much likely with this kind of battle rating. So how do you play the ship then? Well, first of all, you try to go into the patrol boat area and then deal with the patrol boats if you get there in time. You try to avoid a head-on fight with the destroyer, but if that fight is unavoidable, just aim for the main batteries of the enemy destroyer. Try to just pull the enemy's teeth before you just break its neck. That's just how you play the ship. You really have to watch the overheat of the main guns, and there is also no real warning when the magazine size runs out, and you have a ready rack which you also have to watch out for. I don't have any sort of numbers on this because, well, there is no information in-game available, and suddenly you need to reload your magazines, which is just bizarre, and in certain combat situations doesn't really help you. So when we now have a look at the, well, main shells, or the shells for the main battery, there is also a strange oddity. If we have a look at the main battery's shells, the stock HE shell has 616 grams of TNT equivalent, and then you have a tier 2 upgradable proximity fuse shell, which has 740 grams of TNT equivalent filler for only 5 civilians cost per shell. That means that with the upgraded shell, you not only can shoot down planes much more reliable, but you also deal more damage to enemy ships. So there is a clear plus point for the proximity fuse shell. Usually it is a trade-off where the shell has then only higher costs than obviously the stock shell, which is for free, and then you have the same or less TNT filler. But here, you know, because of in the deepest depths of Soviet Russia, it's the other way around. But I think that's cool. Sometimes though, the proximity fuse shells misbehave and detonate prematurely or whatever. It is unreliable. You cannot really point out why. And then, well, you better have some stock HE rounds ready. The reload process takes a while. It is named with 10 seconds, although for me it takes a bit longer. So now the battle is coming to an end, and I always try to, well, not stay too much in the open, always have an escape route, and always try to burst the damage out on the enemy just to overwhelm it with the sheer flood of shells, disable the gun systems, and then just finish it off. And this kind of ambush predatory behavior, this kind of burst damage, this hit and run mentality is what this ship needs. Again, it is a glass cannon, and it is a very hard hitting, very rapid hitting glass cannon, but still extremely fragile. Indeed, you can die with 3-4 enemy destroyer main battery shells. That's all that it takes. And finally, this battle comes to an end, and yeah, that's 8 naval targets destroyed and 1 enemy kill assist and 1 zone captured. So let's have a quick look at the post-battle results, what we get for our troubles. And yeah, those are 37,000 civilians and 3,334 research points, and 7,500 RP go to the Terror of the Sea award. That's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the battlefields, in the skies, and on the waves of War Thunder.